What's going on?
What's up? This is Vlad the Rad, Michelle of the Dead, Patrick Von Smith inside. This is the Zompire Horde podcast, and here we are.
Hey, welcome everybody. Tonight, we are going to be talking about urban legends and a specific type of urban legends called cryptids.
You just totally stole my fire. I was all hyped from the music.
Oh.
The intro was going to say hello to you guys because I haven't talked to you in a week, you know? And you just come out with, we're doing cryptids and urban legends.
Well, everybody was so excited.
I was a little scared of your energy. I was like, energy.
It's 7 o'clock at night.
No, I want some of that energy and to put it in like a little jar and sell it.
We got hi y'all. I love the opening music.
Yes, I do too. That is my favorite. I love it.
Tennessee is in the house.
Tennessee.
That's David Pratt for anyone that doesn't know.
Hey.
So before we get into the cryptids and urban legends, so Michelle, Patrick, how are you doing? How was your week? How's everyone feeling?
Doing pretty good. I did a really cool makeup job on Saturday for a short film. It was in a boxing ring, so I got to do like sweat, and then I got to do some beauty makeup, and then I was on a video radio show, Asgard Radio yesterday with some peeps. And then today I went to work, and here I am.
And here you are.
So Melissa Volan is coming in as Facebook user tonight, just so everyone knows.
Oh, okay. Okay, girl,
you need to get that fixed, girl.
Come on, Daddy.
I do want to say, Patrick, I do like your background. I meant to ask you that before the show, but
yeah. So that was courtesy of my wife. She gave me feedback on the last episode, and she was like, "You did great, except everybody was staring at your horrible Lego Star Wars collection." And I was like, "Yeah." So it's been fixed. It's not perfect, but it's better than.
Hey, there was nothing wrong with the collection either. They're both great.
Yeah, it just wasn't very horror movie.
Hey, I like Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Another no one's using their names tonight, so another Facebook user says, "What's up?"
It's gonna be like mystery. Hey, leave that alone. Stop it. Bring that back.
Something's happening.
Well, I made a little Camp Crystal Lake sign for. Can you guys see it?
We can see it.
Yeah. For my cockroaches, I'm going to turn it into a little campground. And my cat had it, and she's tearing it to pieces. Knock it off.
Yes, Derek, your name is up.
What's up? Yes, Derek. We can see your name.
So we are going to talk about cryptids, urban legends. I wanted to start off with just kind of more of a specific one. We are going to talk about kind of everything, but the first one I thought, which is probably, other than like the boogeyman, right, is probably one of the most well-known, Bloody Mary.
Yeah. That is a great urban legend that I remember from my childhood slumber parties.
Not just a delicious drink, but also an urban legend.
That's true. Historically, the ritual encouraged young women to walk up a flight of stairs backwards while holding a candle and a hand mirror in a darkened house. So when they would look into the mirror, they would supposedly see their future husbands. But if they did see a skull or the Grim Reaper, that meant they were going to die before they would ever get married.
Yeah. Well, if you're walking backwards upstairs or whatever, you might die anyway. So
you're not shooting very good luck for living through that anyway. So
exactly. In modern day, Bloody Mary appears to individuals or groups who ritualistically evoke her name using a mirror. So it's like when I was a kid, me and my sister went in the bathroom and
turn off the lights.
Yeah, I think we had a flashlight,
Bloody Mary.
Had a candle. Right.
Yeah.
So we never saw anything, and I think it's because we did it the modern way and not the, historically accurate way.
Yeah. I never heard about the historically accurate way until I was far into adulthood anyway. So.
Right. When Wikipedia came out, and you're like, what does everyone else think?
That's funny. Bloody Mary, that's a good one.
Bloody Mary allegedly appears as a corpse, witch, or ghost, and she can be friendly or evil.
Ooh.
Bloody Mary.
I wonder if anybody has ever done the Bloody Mary thing and had something happen.
Well, supposedly, Mary has been known to abuse participants in the ritual by screaming at them, cursing at them, strangling the person, stealing their soul, drinking their blood, or scratching their eyes out.
Oh, or not and, because that's like a lot of stuff to happen to one person.
Rasputin.
Isn't there like a theory that Bloody Mary originated from oh my God, what was the queen or?
Oh, you're talking about Mary the First of England.
Based on the name, I'm guessing Mary, but
yeah, she was the daughter of Henry IV and Catherine of Aragon.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was trying. I was like totally spacing, but yeah, it originated because like she burned a bunch of people at the stake, and then she also she had a few abortions, I think, also like. And so she earned the nickname Bloody Mary through those little things in her life. And so there's theory that she is where Bloody Mary originated.
Yeah, she burned 300 religious dissenters at the stake, actually. And that was one of the reasons, they called her Bloody Mary. Also, Elizabeth Bathory, or Elizabeth Bathory, if you're a nerd like me, who killed around 650 women and girls, bathed in their blood, and she was accused of vampirism. They're saying like she could be the reason we know of Bloody Mary. But also there was a woman named Mary Worth who was either killed during like the slavery times. I believe she was known to murder slaves that were traveling through the Underground Railroad, or Mary Worth also could have been a burned witch during the Salem era witch trials.
There's a lot of and or ors in the history of Bloody Mary, I've noticed.
I feel like with most cryptids and urban legends, maybe not maybe cryptids, but urban legends certainly, where it's like you kind of gotta sift through.
There's different twists, depending on.
I think one thing that you mentioned at the beginning of your little
spiel
deep dive into Bloody Mary is you mentioned she's one of the most popular urban legends out there, and I mean you can see that. I mean, the influence of Bloody Mary is everywhere in movies. Candyman is based off of roots of Bloody Mary, and Bloody Mary is all over the horror industry, the novel, like books. There's short stories. Just the influence of that urban legend is everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. When you got to kind of wonder too if something like that is just stories that are so old. Like I didn't even know mirrors existed in the 1700s. You know what I'm saying? But I did find out something interesting about mirrors and why modern day vampires can use mirrors is that they no longer line the back with silver. It's lined with some like aluminum sort of thing. And so modern day vampires would actually be able to see themselves in the mirror.
Ah, that is quite an interesting fact.
It isn't. Yeah, thank you so much.
It really, really is.
I'm a nerd.
I love that about you.
Learning something about mirrors today.
So what do we got next?
Don't look in them.
What's that?
I said I learned something about mirrors today.
There you go. Also, I just wanted to say Brandon is in the house, and the First Lady of Zompire is in the house.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, what do you? I know, Patrick, you got one that you were really happy to.
Yeah. So, I wanted to come up with some stuff that I didn't know about. So I did some deep diving into some urban legends or some cryptids that you just had passed by. And the first one I want to talk about is not an urban legend that you participate in, like Bloody Mary, where like you get the whole stand in front of a mirror and talk and you're actually doing something. Mine is basically a campfire story. And the campfire story just really hit me. I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool. So I'm just going to read the little story to you guys real quick. It's called The Licked Hand.
I've heard this.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly. I love it. So a very young girl is home alone for the first time with only her dog for company. Listening to the news, she hears of a killer on the loose in her neighborhood. Terrified, she locks all the doors and windows, but she forgets about the basement window and it is left unlocked. She goes to bed, taking her dog to her room with her and letting it sleep under her bed. She wakes in the night to hear a dripping sound coming from the bathroom. The dripping noise frightens her, but she is too scared to get out of bed and find out what it is. To reassure herself, she reaches a hand toward the floor for the dog and is rewarded by a reassuring lick on her hand. The next morning when she wakes, she goes to the bathroom for a drink of water, only to find her dead, mutilated dog hanging in the shower with his blood slowly dripping onto the tiles. On the shower wall, written in dog's blood, are the words, "Humans can lick too."
Oh.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the fact that some random serial killer in the middle of the night just decided to, instead of killing this lady, I'm just gonna fucking lick her hand.
Yeah.
Mutilates the fuck out of her dog and just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lick this lady's hand.
It's just supposed to like freak people out. It's like those scary stories that to tell in the dark stories.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of those, like you know, like the one where like these people are driving by the insane asylum and they're like the hook. You know, you heard about the hook, right? And like one has like a hook hand and he escapes and you know they hear a scratching on their car and they drive away really fast and then they get home and they're like the hook is like hanging off their door handle.
Right. Or there's versions of it where it's like
stuck with scratch marks.
Yeah, like the trunk stuff and it's like stuck.
Yeah. So like a lot of those stories are really well known and popular.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't there is that what you were just talking about? Is that movie though, Urban Legend, where the dude has the hook for the hand?
Yeah, that's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, whatever. What's Urban Legend then?
The 90s, all those movies were the same thing. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
A bunch of teenagers getting murdered.
Urban Legend.
You know, it's a thing.
Hey, Melissa Volan's name showed up.
Hey, it's showing up.
Yeah.
Another one of those would be like the killer in the back seat. You know, somebody's driving and somebody behind them, they keep shining their brights. I'm like, what the fuck? And basically, they get home, they realize that there's like the killer is in the back seat, and they come up with their knife to kill him, and the person who's driving behind them sees him, flashes, and they hide again.
Yeah, no, that one. When I was younger, that one scared the hell out of me.
Yeah,
I gotta say, this story that I just read, the licked hand. There's not much. I just said when I was younger, this story scared the hell out of me. There's not much to this day that really gets to me. Like, I'm pretty desensitized, but I gotta say, if I woke up in the morning and my dog was mutilated in the bathroom and there was words "humans can lick too" on the wall, and that night my hand was licked, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Mind blown.
That's it right there. Like, that would definitely, that's my level. Like, some random serial killer licked my hand and then mutilated my dog. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do after that.
Yeah, I'm not into getting licked or that's just weird.
Yeah.
And especially like not, like a stranger.
Yeah.
But you didn't know, you thought it was your dog.
Yes.
Bloody Mary is the first one we did, Alex. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, Alex. Once this episode's done, you can go back to YouTube and rewatch it and watch the first 10 minutes, and that's actually what we talk about. So you did miss it, unfortunately, but you can catch the replay.
Yes.
And you share it with your friends.
And share it with your friends and family.
She's my friend.
Don't share it with Michelle. She's already here. Are we good on the hand?
I'm never good on that.
The licked hand.
I'll never be good on the hand.
He's a changed man. He's never going to be the same.
I'm not the same after thinking about it. I'm like, ugh. Then it's like, what? I mean, unless you're home, how you got to wash your hand? It's gross. What if they have COVID and they lick your hand?
Oh my God, that brings a whole nother level to it.
What if they have rabies and they lick your hand? Because rabies is transferred via saliva.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to bring one up. It's called the Jersey Devil.
Yes.
Oh, look at that matching hat and cup. I love it.
This one holds a special place in my heart, if you couldn't tell, because I grew up in New Jersey for a number of years. And there was actually, I'm going to tell you a little story that go inside. I'm going to get into the Jersey Devil, but this kind of like goes along with it. Is when I was growing up, I heard about the Jersey Devil. And literally on the other side of Hooper Avenue from where I lived, which is like a kind of a 4-lane or 3-lane kind of like highway or whatever, is where the Pine Barrens were, which is kind of where the Jersey Devil lives. And there was like this weird homeless dude that wore like this big overcoat, like raincoat, and you really never could see his face. And he always walked with like a shopping cart,
right,
down the road, and he would just disappear into the woods. And as it was explained to me in my young childhood, is that was the Jersey Devil. And all my friends told me about this shack that was like, it was just a shack, and then there was a hole in the ground, and actually he lived in the hole, and it was like all set up, and he had lights, and he had these like ropes around that had spoons and cans, so he would know when people. But as a kid, none of that resonated to me. I'd heard the story and I got it, but none of it really made sense. But now reading about, or learning about the Jersey Devil so many years later, it actually like kind of got me a little more concerned, because I was like, a lot of the things that they say the Jersey Devil did is kind of what this guy did. But I think it just turned out to be a homeless person with maybe struggling in life, and anyway. But the New Jersey Devil, so I kind of wrote this up in a way that I kind of want to read it fun if you guys are into it.
Totally.
Hold on, let me
drink your lemon water, Flab.
Prep those vocal cords.
On a dark and stormy night in 1735, something terrible happened in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. In a small house, a Quaker woman gave birth to her 13th child. The baby was born with a tail, wings, and hooves, and flew up the chimney on the night the Jersey Devil was born. So that's actually one of the, like, how the Jersey Devil came about. That's the most popular story concerning the origin of the devil, the Jersey Devil. A different story is a town put a curse on a young girl. Actually, during the, I believe it was the Revolutionary period, she had fell in love with a British soldier. The town put a curse on her, and she ended up having the Jersey Devil as a baby because of that, the curse or whatever. There's also another one, it's similar. It's a story of a little girl who Romani asked her for food, and she refused the Romani food, and the Romani put a curse on the girl. And years later, she had forgotten about the curse and actually gave birth to the Jersey Devil. That was the curse. So those are the three kind of stories that where, and there's more obviously too, but those are the origin stories of the Jersey Devil.
So have there been sightings?
So funny you should ask that. Legend has it, Joseph Bonaparte, who was the brother of Napoleon Bonaparte, who was the former king of Spain, saw the Jersey Devil on a hunting trip in Bordentown, New Jersey. Interesting fact about Bordentown, I went to prison and it was in Bordentown, New Jersey.
Did you see the Jersey Devil?
I did not. I saw a lot of very large men.
No, you were the Jersey Devil.
Yes, you were.
The cool thing about the Jersey Devil, he's not been known to harm anyone or break any laws. He just likes to scare people.
That's okay.
And another, what's that?
Not known to break any laws.
I mean, like kicking in windows, or I don't know, man.
Does like Bigfoot break laws?
Yes.
Bigfoot jaywalks.
But here's another thing, though, that I thought was kind of cool, is that servicemen from the Vietnam era actually looked at the Jersey Devil as an anti-war symbol.
Oh.
So take that for what it is. Yeah. So that's what I had for the world famous New Jersey Devil.
I gotta say, for a cryptid that has the title Devil, I mean, he's not very devil-like, is he? He doesn't.
Just in his appearance, with the cloven hooves and the tail with pointy tail and the wings.
And he has like a horse head, but he stands upright.
Doesn't he have like little arms, like a T-Rex?
Kind of like a T-Rex.
I got little arms. How about some other types of? Well, an urban legend is nothing more than like modern folklore, so it could be anything from cryptids, which we'll get deeper into soon.
Right.
To just like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say,
go ahead.
Patrick has a cryptid lined up.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, you can finish going through what you're going through, yeah.
Well, I was just gonna just run off a few like urban legends that most people have heard of, like the 27 Club. Everybody's heard of the 27 Club,
I don't.
right?
I've never heard that. Explain that one to me.
The 27 Club is Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, all these famous singers, musicians, Kurt Cobain, everybody who has died at like age 27.
Is that
There's
an
like a
urban
shitload
legend,
of them.
though?
What's that?
Is that really an urban legend?
Well, yeah, it's a type of urban legend because it's like
Like there's
the whole 27
force?
Club is an urban legend in itself.
Yeah, the conspiracy behind the death of 27.
Kind of, yeah.
Gotcha.
Other types of conspiracies, which are type of urban legends, maybe. Basically, it's like something that just can't be proven, like Area 51,
Yeah.
Men in Black, things like that.
But Area 51 is proven.
Aliens and UFOs are basically considered cryptid.
But they're controversial still. So
yeah. I was trying to figure out like kind of where urban legends and cryptids and kind of like where the line was and figuring out what was an urban legend.
Some other urban legends be like alligators in the sewers, or
that's real.
You flush. If you flush, yeah, but I mean, there's not as many as everybody thinks, and your goldfish isn't going to grow to be monster sizes, in the sewer.
Look, don't crush my childhood dreams of having a monster goldfish, okay?
I've plenty of goldfish to turn into monsters.
There you go. Swallowing a watermelon seed. We talked about that the other day. And it grows into a watermelon plant, comes out your mouth. That's like an urban legend. My uncle used to tease me. Things like that. If you make a face, keep making that face, it's going to stick that way. More of an old wives' tale, but synonymous with urban legend, I think. It's like swallowing X amount of spiders in your sleep. Or a spider's going to like lay its eggs in your skin and it's going to explode with baby spiders.
I talk about that one. I love that one.
You want to talk about that one?
If you get a spider bite, it turns into a boil and it bursts and a bunch of baby spiders come out of that one.
Yeah.
The movie and books, Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark, did a really good job of portraying that urban legend.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic segment in that movie. I loved it. It was done so well.
Yeah. I love that. That was so good. Let's see. Annabelle, I guess, is kind of like an urban legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like razor blades and poison and drugs in Halloween candy, urban legend. I'm sure it's happened, but it doesn't really happen,
I don't know. I feel like that happens.
I never got any
not as much as we
razor blades or poison in my Halloween candy.
I feel like in the 70s there was a string of razor blade candy incidences that hit the news airwaves, but I don't think it's like as big as like the world thinks it is.
They all start from like a hair of truth.
Yeah.
So
or some
what was that?
Like some kind of hair of truth or some kind of like small little story that gets manipulated over time.
Yeah. Oh, like you get roofied and you wake up in a bathtub full of ice with one of your kidneys missing. That's a good one.
Yeah, really black market organs is a huge.
It is.
Really quick, Derek Winsky says, beware talking or even thinking about the Wendigo. Well, you just made us think about it. You've been warned. So I was curious what the Wendigo is. It is a mythological creature or evil spirit originating from the folklore of Plains and Great Lake natives, as well as some First Nations. It is based in and around the East Coast forests of Canada.
Didn't you see the movie that just came out, The Wendigo?
Giant humanoid. No, I have not.
Yeah. It came out, I think, like last year. Yeah, so that's one of our cryptids that we're going to talk about for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you guys want to move on to cryptids?
Well, real quick, earlier in the Zompire Horde Facebook page, Melissa posted a story that was really interesting. I was wondering if we could get a quick link to it real quick to like maybe read that story. It was really cool. It took place in her hometown, and after reading it, the first thing I could think of is that would be a really awesome place to have like a paranormal investigation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm actually looking it up right now.
Perfect. I meant to come prepared to bring that, and then I did not come prepared.
Well, here we go. I gotcha. In honor of tonight's podcast, here's an urban legend I grew up with. In Russellville, Kentucky, county next to where I grew up, there was a house where a girl cursed God on prom night during a thunderstorm, which she cursed God on prom night during a thunderstorm while looking out of her window. She was struck by lightning and died. Every time it stormed after that, when the lightning flashed, you could see her silhouette in the window. The family boarded up the window so people would quit driving by during storms to see their dead daughter's silhouette.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
In high school, it was a thing to drive over to see the boarded window during a storm. So I've seen it just boarded up.
Damn.
Dude, that's rad.
Yeah. I got goosebumps.
I would love to do a paranormal investigation in that house for sure.
There was one I remember when I lived in Maryland that I couldn't tell you like where it was, but there was like an old church, and kind of similar to that statue in the corner. It was very similar to that, and it was three statues. Like it was one statue, but three women together, and their head was down. And you would pull up in your car and you'd leave your headlights on and sit there. And if you sat there long enough, they would like look up at you. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not one that I ever did, because to be honest, that shit kind of does freak me out. but that was one that was near where I lived. I just never went and messed with it.
Yeah. Has anybody, speaking of being like freaked out to do any of these, has anybody tried Bloody Mary in this group or watching?
When I was a kid, it was like I said, me and my sister went in with like a flashlight or something, and we said Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror, or 5 times or something like that, and nothing really happened. But again, as I said earlier, we did it the new way. So I'm wondering if maybe if we went backwards up the stairs with the candle in the mirror.
Hi, Ashley.
You know, if that would change. Ashley tried it. She said it did not work.
It did not work.
Melissa says, yes, sir. She must have tried it.
I think I'm going to try it tonight.
You know how it goes. If you are not on next week's episode, I know.
The legend of the happy wife. That's funny.
I have tried Bloody Mary. It ain't shit.
That's right. See, everybody's tried it.
Yeah, we've all tried it.
Up the stairs.
But none of us, we've all did it the new way. We got to try the old way now. Patrick, though, you had one, and I not to cut us off and switch gears, but tell me about sheep squatch.
I would love to tell you about sheep squatch.
What? Sheep squatch?
The problem is sheep squatch is hard to find things on. I ran across it in my adventures of trying to find something that I did not know about. And I saw sheep squatch, and I was like, "Why the fuck would I not want to talk about sheep squatch?" I mean,
the name itself is just amazing,
right? Exactly, it sold me at the name. But apparently, sheep squatch, also known as white thing, is a woolly-haired cryptid reported across numerous countries in West Virginia, predominantly within the southwestern region of the state. The counties with the most sightings are Boone, Kanawha, Putnam, and Mason. And so basically in those 4 counties in the mid-1990s-ish. So it's fairly recent that sheep squatch has been around. So the mid-1990s is when the most sightings have been. Other than that, it is described as a bear looking about the size of a bear with white wool-like fur. It has a long pointed head similar to a dog, but with saber-like teeth, a set of horns, and it has paw-like hands similar to a raccoon, but bigger. So, I mean, it sounds
weird.
Ridiculous. I feel like sheep squatch does not exist, but apparently in 1994 there was 2 sightings. 1995 there was a sighting. 99 there was a sighting, and in 2015 there was a sighting. I want this guy to exist really bad. Like I want to believe in sheep squatch, but
I feel like Derek Winsky here is talking about sheep squatch. It says he's also cryptid in the game Fallout 76.
Sheep squatches?
You may be able to be sheep squatch in a game or kill sheep squatch.
I'm all about that because I've seen a couple pictures and
I'm looking at that now. Pictures of sheep squatch.
Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty good. It's basically
It's not what I imagined.
Ram's head and giant raccoon paws. I don't know. I picked this cryptid, like I said, because why the fuck not?
True.
But, I just don't know how I feel about him.
I feel pretty good about him. Like, if I'm gonna run into Sasquatch or sheep squatch, I want to run into sheep squatch.
Yeah,
I feel like I stand a better chance.
Well, also I heard that Sasquatch smells horrible, and I wonder how sheep squatch smells.
He smells like sulfur. Apparently.
Oh my god!
Oh,
so they both smell terrible. Something about the squatch.
There's two reasons why he either smells like sulfur. One, because he was created in the mines, or two, he's just dirty, basically.
That's funny.
He sounds like a dirty guy.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's because he's
a name like Squatch.
Yeah.
Come on.
They put Squatch in your name, you know it's a rough life.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
So, little off topic. One of the reasons why sheep squatch hit home for me was there's a horror movie. Oh my god, I can't remember. I think it's called Black Sheep.
Oh yeah, I was hoping you were going to bring that up.
It's about
that's freaking awesome.
It's like about a were-sheep. And
it's so good.
I saw Sheep Squatch, and I was like, it's kind of like Black Sheep, the movie. Let's do it.
That movie's so badass.
Dude, I love that movie. It's such cheese.
Yeah. I've been, since we're on a side note, I've been noticing that a lot of like Irish, Scottish horror and Australia and New Zealand are like really picking up and putting out like a lot of really good movies.
Oh yeah.
There's one that's called, I think it's either 100 Acres of Blood or 1,000 Acres of Blood. If you haven't seen it, it's badass. It's so good.
Have not seen it.
Gonna watch it now. Never heard of it.
It's like a farming horror. Farm horror. It's got to be
farm horror.
Farm horror.
Sounds like he would fit into farm horror.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys ever see that movie Lamb?
No,
but if it's as good as Black Sheep, I'm on board.
Oh, it's disturbing. I'll have you just read the synopsis on your own time. It's a little slow, but it's kind of weird.
Well, since we're talking Thanksgiving, is turkey
gobble motherfuckers?
Is turkey from Thanks killing a cryptid?
I guess he would be.
Fitting now.
Yes, he would have to fit into that category. Okay. I would say, and Thanksgiving is just in a couple of days, so
that's why I kind of
brought that up
in there. There's also another movie which I own called Poultry Guy.
Oh, I was gonna watch that a couple weeks ago. I saw it when I was scrolling through.
I don't know if Patrick knows this, but he's frozen.
Guys, like this big.
He doesn't know he's frozen.
Oh no!
I'm here.
Patrick,
come back to us.
I'm here.
Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Oh my god. Somebody scrolling up, was it Alex? Mentioned the Loch Ness Monster.
Nasty.
Jackalopes. Are you back? Patrick.
He's not back.
Okay.
He can just stay there and look pretty. He's the face of it.
Am I back?
Are you back? Hey,
back?
yes, you're back.
Yay. I'm here.
Yay,
sorry,
we missed you.
That was a urban legend thing that just happened.
I think turkey came and cut your line.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
What were you saying though when I said is turkey a cryptid or not, or urban legend?
It is, I think.
It sounded like you were going off for a minute there. That's why I was like,
we heard.
Probably had some Shakespearean shit to say, and then now it's gone.
I hate it when that happens.
All right, back to the topic at hand: cryptids, urban legends. Where were we at?
Yes.
I want to know about this jackalope thing. That's got to be that's a urban
That's a
legend.
cryptid. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cryptid?
The jackrabbit with the
Oh, we're-
antelope horns. It's a
Yeah,
cryptid.
I really
A
want
cryptid
one.
is basically just like it's a type. It's claimed to be. They claim it exists, but there's really no proof. Basically,
Got it.
like
got it.
unicorns, mermaids, dragons.
Whoa!
What?
Don't let Angela hear you say mermaid's not real.
Well, you know what I mean. That's a cryptid. I didn't say it wasn't real. I said it was a cryptid.
Okay, fair.
So yeah. Krampus,
Someone says
Slender Man,
true urban legend.
Mothman,
Man.
El Chupacabra.
All right. Well, what about them though? You're just naming them.
Yeah,
Well,
we're just running them through.
Give us some insight. Chupacabra, the goat
El
sucker.
Chupacabra, the goat sucker, New Mexico, in that area. I personally think it's just like there's like tons of wild dogs down there, and they all kind of look the
Mangy.
same, and they're like,
Yeah,
and they have mange, so their hair's falling out, and their skin is just like it's gotten really thick and dark, and probably just kills whatever it wants to. But I don't know why would they goat sucker? I don't know. Does it suck all the blood out of it and just leave the body behind? I don't
They
know.
probably just killed the goat.
Yeah, they apparently the stories say that they drained the goats of their blood, like drained them dry, but I don't know if that's ever been proven.
I'm guessing.
Am I frozen again?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
I think I first heard of the jackalope from Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders. Jinx!
Jinkies. That's so funny. Yoinks!
And the Super Suckers have a song about a jackalope.
Nice.
When you guys are here, you saw that wall I have where I have that little deer candelabra and those little antlers and stuff. Dude, I want a jackalope for there so bad.
Get one.
I've seen them on Etsy. I probably will at some point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I want. Doesn't mean I'll ever get it.
There'll probably be one at Crypticon you can buy in May.
Yeah. I know.
There's usually a taxidermist there.
I think we can't leave this episode without talking about Bigfoot. I mean, he's like
for sure. Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Because we're from that area.
Well,
I've never seen one, but I think I've seen like places they've been, like where they like knock the trees over a certain way. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I want to know how come every time, like especially this day and age, every time somebody sees Sasquatch or an alien or some other kind of cryptid, how come no matter how awesome our technology is, how come the photograph always looks like shit? It's
exactly
2021, and there was a photo of like Sasquatch that came out like I think just a year or so ago, and it looked like it was taken in the 40s. I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah.
Here's a good question. Do we think Bigfoot is one or multiple?
I think it's
definitely multiple. Definitely multiple.
He's got to be banging somebody.
Yeah. I think multiple. He's been around for too long and had too many sightings for it just to be one. And the sightings are through multiple states, right?
Right.
On the Pacific Northwest and into like the Midwest, like in Colorado and stuff. I think they have.
Are they migrating? Yetis. I think Yetis are related to.
They're like cousins.
Yeah,
they're just in a different area. They're like in like Tibet, Nepal, shit like that, right? Himalayas. Isn't that where they're? I think.
Appalachian.
That sounds right.
Himalayan. Yeah, the abominable snowman. So he is a humanoid like the Sasquatch. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they have different hair coats. It's just like, humans, different colors, different locations.
So as someone not from the Pacific Northwest, my first introduction to Bigfoot was two things. One, the monster truck, and two, Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh my gosh. I love Harry and the Hendersons.
What about monster trucks?
I love monster trucks too. I used to, when I was a teenager, I used to take my little brother to the monster truck shows.
I was always a Gravedigger fan, but I have respect for Bigfoot.
When it comes to monster trucks, Bigfoot was kind of a generic one. Like there was so many monster trucks that had so much cooler like paint jobs or designs. And
Bigfoot what was the one that was like a dragon that ate other ones? What was that?
Oh,
Like
I know what you're
Truckzilla,
talking
right?
about. Yeah, Truckzilla.
Yeah, something like that. I think I saw
Yeah.
that dude once.
I,
Anyways.
I always felt like Bigfoot was basically the Hulk Hogan of monster trucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I was growing up, I was a Savage fan. I wasn't like a Hulk Hogan guy. I was a Macho Man Randy Savage fan, and like Undertaker, right? So when like the monster trucks would come out, I was like initially drawn to like Gravedigger, and Bigfoot was just like, to me, was just like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Bigfoot was
Right.
the real American.
But yeah, so Bigfoot. How does anyone like have a guesstimation? Has anyone said how big a Bigfoot is?
7 foot tall.
7 foot tall.
Ooh, you've done your research. Well, there's like tons of like hunting Bigfoot shows on TV and stuff now too.
Yeah, there's
It's like
one
a
called Finding
craze.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
I watched one episode and I was done.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
It was that bad, huh?
Yeah.
the grass is bent right here.
It's basically a ghost hunter show, but with Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, the only difference to me was in ghost hunter shows, it's dark and creepy whether they find something or not, because they're like in like scary hospitals, or they're in scary prisons, or they're in creepy houses. So even if they don't find anything, the atmosphere is still creepy to watch. Finding Bigfoot was just, they were out in the woods and nothing was happening.
Nothing's happening.
There's
this YouTube group of guys called the Nelk Boys, and they make like kind of funny videos and stuff like that. They become very rich off of it. Right. And one of the ones they did is that they got one of the guys from one of those movies about like finding Bigfoot, I think is what it was called, the one that you just said. And they convinced him to go out into the woods. Well, they spent like, I think it was something like $80,000 on this super realistic like Bigfoot costume, and they chased him in the woods and shit, and like they're fucking with it, dude. It was so funny. So then they came back and did a whole nother episode with that guy too. And so if you get a chance, go to YouTube and check out the Nelk Boy video about it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That sounds great.
I always thought it was cool too. I saw like the big plaster Bigfoot foot mold. Did you guys ever see that?
Oh, like the footprint?
Yeah, the big plaster one that they put in, to mold it. I always thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah. I wonder where they actually got that from. Like, I know supposedly they found it out in the woods, but like what made that footprint?
Well, I mean,
obviously I guess the answer is Bigfoot, but
I figured you could take some like big enough rocks and like kind of push them in and mold it out, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Cameras back then didn't pick up all the final details. You know what I'm saying?
Cameras these days don't pick up the details when you're talking about cryptids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, they're the worst. That's a very good point.
You can take a picture of a bumblebee's eye and like be completely zoomed in and like see like the intricacies of a bumblebee's eye with our cameras. But you take a picture of Bigfoot and you can't even tell where it's at, what it's doing. It's just
oh,
that's hilarious. What else do we got? We got any other cryptids or urban legends we want to knock out before we call it a wrap?
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Yes.
All right, what
so
about her?
she was in a jealous rage. You didn't?
I heard
that's right. That's where I got this shirt.
Oh. I like it.
But yeah, she is a woman who her husband had cheated on her, and she, in a jealous rage, I think she drowned her children in the river, and then like instantly regretted it and drowned herself.
How do you drown yourself?
Her spirit is like supposed to be like around body of water, and you can hear like
crying
over the death of her children, and supposedly she kills other children now.
Yeah, she tries to steal other children.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Kill them.
It's pretty awesome. It's a cool story. I actually
the movie wasn't great, but it was a good story.
I get shit for it all the time, but I love the Conjuring universe. Like I love Annabelle. I love the Conjuring. I loved The Nun. People can hate me all they want. Send the hate mail. The Nun, great movie with great atmosphere. Fuck all.
It just was a little like slow to catch on. I get tired easily.
La Llorona or The Nun?
Yeah.
La Llorona. I liked it. I'm a sucker for that universe, though. I just love it.
Yeah.
I like the Conjuring movies. I thought those were good, but I think outside of those ones is where I kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Although Bonnie Aarons looks fucking amazing as the nun. I will say that.
Right.
The atmosphere of that movie, the lighting, the visuals, everything about that movie was fantastic. The set pieces, the set design, whatever you want to was in The Nun was fantastic. Like I felt like I was in the cathedral that they were in, and it was just so good.
Oh, the mail is on its way, brother.
Oh, Derek, are you sending me something?
What are we getting, Derek?
Where are we getting?
What stuff are we getting?
I'm just kidding. I haven't done anything for you.
He probably went and ordered New Jersey Devils stuff because he won 14 straight games.
Gotta sport them Devils.
Gotta sport those Jersey Devils. So what are we doing next week, guys?
Wait.
Time out. I just thought of something. How come there hasn't been a real good like horror Bigfoot movie?
That is a really good question. It could be kind of like
ripping arms off of people.
Stand up.
Why don't you write one and we make it happen?
Yeah.
Michelle, you need to get
I know somebody who does like makeup effects.
Patrick's getting hate mail.
Angela
says Willow Creek. So apparently there is.
Yeah, Willow Creek wasn't bad. And
it's a Bigfoot horror movie?
Yeah. I think it was Bigfoot.
I haven't seen that.
I'll have to make her show me where it is and watch it. I think Bigfoot's like the ultimate horror character. No one, he's
knows anything about him. Nobody's found his poop or anything.
In general.
The only thing is when you're 7 foot tall moving around the woods, it's not like you can really sneak up on people.
Oh, can we just like do a shout out to the Loch Ness Monster real quick before we go?
Shout out to the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, I was about 3 or 4 years old, and we were stationed in England because my dad was in the Air Force, and we did go to Scotland once, maybe more than once. But I remember being at the edge of Loch Ness and Nessie. It was like really cold. It was raining. It stopped. Nessie did not come. I was disappointed. But then there was
some bread to throw in the water or anything?
No, because you couldn't get that close to the water. It wasn't that close.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Is there like warning signs? Like, don't go in this water, Nessie will eat you or anything?
No.
No, that's a gentle beast. Nessie won't hurt you.
If I owned a town and
Nessie's a veggie sore, dude.
Well, but if I owned a town and like there was something like that in it, I would play that up 100 million times over.
Absolutely, but Scotland.
Nessie is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
No way, billion?
Probably not that high, but there's the town right by that lake has like souvenirs and stuff.
Nessie this and Nessie that.
Have either of you guys been to I forget what the town's called, but it's where they filmed Twin Peaks?
Oh, North Bend?
North Bend.
Yeah, I've been there a lot. I actually got I used to be in a promotional model group for Crypticon, which is no longer that I'm no longer a part of them, is what I meant to say. But we rented a room at one of the hotels there that they filmed one of the scenes in. That's where we got ready and we got dressed and did our makeup and everything like that. And then like the restaurant there, I mean, I've eaten there probably, 10, 12 times.
Yeah.
Get yourself a cup of coffee and a piece of
It really is a beautiful part of Washington.
Oh my God, the drive up there is just gorgeous. And it's such a cute little town, but it's super expensive to live there.
Yeah. And the outlet mall by there is really nice too.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Derek Winsky says we have Douglas Tate play Bigfoot in the horror movie since he is the Jack Link's beef jerky Bigfoot. I was thinking Jeff Daniel Phillips because I feel like
because he does the
Geico caveman to
yes. See, you read my mind. That came to my mind too, but also I have a big fat crush on Jeff Daniel Phillips. So.
It's true. So we were talking about next week. What's the plan?
Wait. Before we go into next week, can I just show something real quick?
Please. Yes.
So I don't know if we have any board game nerds that are watching the show, but I'm a board game nerd, and I just wanted to highlight this awesome-ass game that my wife and I play. It's called Horrified American Monsters.
How cool.
It is a co-op board game that you try to take out cryptids like Bigfoot and Jersey Devil.
Fucking A.
The Banshees of the Badlands and the Ozark Howler.
All right. Okay.
Wait.
So
Show it again. Show it again.
Oh, yeah.
This week's Zompire Horde podcast is brought to you by Horrified American. What does that say?
American Monsters.
American Monsters board game. Go out and pick yourself up a game now.
All right. So you guys, next time we all get together, we're going to go to Patrick's house and we're going to play that game.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's a co-op game too, so nobody has to get hurt because they lost or whatnot. Everybody just teams up and beats up Bigfoot.
Yeah. You mean you don't take the board and go, fuck?
Here's a good point.
Monopoly.
Here's a good point Derek brings up.
That's good.
Multiple actors play multiple Bigfoots, and here it is.
Or would it be big feet?
We're gonna write the movie right now. The final scene is what did he say? Where's that guy's name? Douglas Tate. We get Douglas Tate as a Bigfoot. We get Jeff Daniel Phillips as a Bigfoot, and the final scene is a Bigfoot battle. Where
oh my god,
hide behind the rock and go, oh my god, while two big monsters like annihilate one another.
Kind of
oh my god,
oh my god,
Godzilla and Mechazilla.
Yeah, like final showdowns is just like Bigfoot versus Bigfoot.
I mean, yeah, it just like, and then if it's a comedy, I'll come out and be like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this match is brought to you.
It's like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, Bigfoot style.
He says Doug Tate already killed Freddy.
It's Bigfoot.
Doug Tate apparently killed Freddy, so Derek Wincy's going to go with that guy.
Okay.
But
I think that's a great idea.
I like your headpiece, by the way, if I hadn't mentioned it.
Very
La Orna of you.
Oh, also, I don't know if you can see, but those are some of the porcupine quills that you gave me.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but here are the doll heads that you gave me on a
They were just little party favors.
Hey, it's a party right now. I'm telling you. Right.
Hey, it's always a party when it's us.
That's right.
That's right.
Speaking of parties, what's next week party going to be about?
I have a couple of people who want to be guests and a couple of people I want to ask to be guests. So maybe when we're off the air,
we can discuss those things.
Yeah. Unless you guys had a subject you wanted to cover.
Not
any new movies out you want to talk about?
I do want to say this. We're nearing December. Christmas horror is my favorite subgenre of horror. Ooh. So sometime in December, I would like to do a Christmas horror episode so I can nerd out on my favorite subgenre.
Well, and not only that, there's also 2 new Christmas-themed horror movies coming out this year.
That's awesome.
One is called, I believe, Deadly Night. Or Silent? No, it's not Silent Night. It's Deadly Night. Right?
Silent Night's already out. That one came out a couple years ago.
Deadly Night, and then there's another one that has like robotic Santas.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I think they're robotic. I think they're
robot Santa.
Robotic. And then I can't remember the guy's name. Or there was the Belko Experiment. There was a guy in that movie who's actually playing one of the Santas, and I'm really excited about it because he was in a show on I think it was Nickelodeon called Hey Dude. And nobody remembers. Yeah. Okay, you guys remember. Nobody ever remembers that show. When
I remember.
Hey Dude.
Hey Dude. But he plays one of the Santas, so I'm really excited about that.
So it should be next week because it's still far out. But I did want to put that on the radar and get.
Let's do it. We need to. Yes, let's put it on the calendar.
Yeah, well, and we also already have 2 guests booked for December. Well, not one's pretty much booked. The other one is we got to find what date works. But that one's huge. That's a huge one, though. Once that happens. So
yes.
Everyone, keep your ears open to the Zompire Horde podcast because we're about to blow your mind.
Blow them, we will.
Blow them, we shall.
Oh, will you?
Oh, I will.
Oh, well. With that, thank you guys for tuning in this week. I'm your host, Vlad the Rad, with my 2 awesome best friends, Michelle of the Dead, Patrick Von Smithenstein. Until next time.
What's going on?